Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. This is my third attempt at making part 2 of my rehashing of the 20 videos that I didn't get to complete due to the fact of what just happened and how much I really want to use this on other people's children because they have no discipline. Alright, so you know what? This time, come hella high water, come the background noise, and all the other disrespectful stuff that's going to happen, I'm just going to keep going because I'm sick and tired of trying to remake this damn video. Alright, so in the videos, especially the 3 that I just deleted, I was rehashing the things that I deleted. Alright, so in this part, which is part 2, again, I talked about racism in America and how far we've come. And I talked about growing up mixed in America and how it has affected my life, etc., etc. In the video I deleted, we started with growing up mixed in America and how it has affected my life and how I don't date black chicks and all kinds of other stuff. Alright, so I went there. I even talked about having a gun pointed at me by a 23 or 24-year-old because we were dating the same girl who was 14, because I was 14, etc., etc., which is what led me to stop dating black chicks. Alright? Get that out of the way. Doesn't matter how beautiful the black girl is. Doesn't matter if she's mixed. Doesn't matter if she's red bone. I don't date black chicks. Period. It's nothing personal against you girls. It's more my personal preference for one, but it's also personal that I don't qualify to deal with black women. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like a reverse racist, but I've also been the victim of reverse racists all my life by black people. So, what do you expect me to do? Keep being treated like shit and go with the crowd, or venture off on my own? As most people, we learn to venture off on our own because if it's not working for you, then you have to fix it and go another route, which is what I've done. Now, I got into racism. I was going to dig deep into racism, and I dug deep into racism in the videos that I deleted. So, in that option, I will tell you that I laid down a lot of personal truths of racism and how far we've come and how far we haven't come. I even did some videos showing videos, excuse me, of people being intimidated by other people and Trump supporters who were black, etc., etc. I have a cookie caught in the back of my throat and it won't go away. I had this problem earlier with bacon, so something's going on back there. Anyway, that being said, I talked on a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of topics about racism in America. I even talked about the black kid getting shot and the cops not tasing him, and then I talked about the white lady. So I did that video the other day, so it's already up and posted, and they didn't tase the black guy because apparently there was budget cuts and they didn't have tasers. Okay, so that's that. But then the young white lady who tased the white man with the big knife, I did the video on all that. Now, let's get down to the guts and glory of racism and how far we've come and how far we got to go. 1, we got a long way to go. If y'all don't get out that hallway talking, y'all gonna be talking to the tip of my boot. Anyway, we got a long way to go. I'm not gonna stop the video. I'm just gonna have to go with it because I don't have time. Class starts in like yay so many minutes. But, the one thing that's for sure is that when it comes to racism, we tend to turn the blind eye when it's not your race. Alright? And I say that because it's the truth. Alright? For instance, in the example of Asians and Mexicans and blacks who are Trump supporters. I'm not saying this shit to offend you. I'm saying this shit because it is 1000% the bona fide truth. It just hasn't reached you. It just hasn't slapped you in the face yet. Because in one of the videos that I made, I talked about Asians that are voting for Trump. And I said, okay, 2 problems wrong with this. The increase of attacks on Asians due to political hate of the Chinese virus or the Kung flu, as our president illustriously says it, it affects all Asians because a lot of people are racist and don't know the difference between Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Laos, Malaysian, Indonesian, Polynesian, Native Americans who are also biologically Asian, which also includes Mexicans, etc., etc. If you have a lot of Asian features, you may be a target. And if you're voting for this guy, it just hasn't reached your Asian yet. Now, if you're black and you're voting for this guy and you clearly have no sympathy for the Central Park Five, who were kids when this guy came out in the 90s talking about some, they should be killed, etc., etc., the death penalty should come back, and now, 30 some odd years later, then they were proven innocent and are going to collect their cash. Good for you guys, because you know they deserve it for spending all this time in prison only to find out that DNA has exonerated them. And our illustrious leader, the red-haired steptroll in charge, who should probably meet the dear woman, hasn't apologized or asked for forgiveness for any of that. But you're still following him. And I dug deep into that, you know, because I honestly, I watched a political cat, Weber, talk to an Asian man, who I don't know was Chinese or not, because honestly, if I don't know your last names, I can't tell you apart either, except for the fact that there are a lot of names that are Chinese that are also Korean, that are interchangeable, alright? So that rolls with that. Now, there are not a lot of Japanese names that are interchangeable with Chinese names. Alright, so this is how I can tell the difference by last names. I can't tell by looking at you if you're Chinese, Japanese, or Korean. I'm going to be honest about that shit. If I don't know your last name, you're just another Asian to me. And I mean that lovingly, because Native Americans are also Asian. It took me forever to know that, but my Korean friend opened that door and threw me through it when I lost a bet. But, you know, it is what it is. But I dug into that racism stuff because of the simple fact that racism is here in America and it has a long way to go. I talked about the shit that happened here in Charlottesville, about the tiki torches and Jews will not replace us, and the car crash that's killing Miss Hire, and the 2 police officers that died, and all the other shit that's happened due to the name of racism and due to racist parties and all this other crap, the alt-right, the Klan, all that shit. Yeah, I dug deep into that. And the reason I dug into that is because when you look outside your window and you see people who look like you, but don't think like you. You see people who don't look like you, they do think like you. You know, these are things that happens. And these are things that we need to address and try to fix. But the problem with trying to fix racism is that no one is honestly sitting down trying to fix racism. I dug into things in the videos like the shit you can't change. Alright? You can't change your race. You can change your gender. Hell, if you got $1 million, you can change your gender. And you can bleach your skin. But genetically, you're still going to be a person of color. You know, and you need to get that. You need to understand that, and you should not be ashamed of your color. Alright? Now, I'm mixed. My true color is high yellow. Alright? I have a white ancestor on my mom's side. My dad's side has black and Native American. My mom's side has black, white, and Native American. So, there's a fuck ton more black and Native American blood in me than white blood. You know, and I know no matter what I do under any circumstances and all the bleaching of my skin in the universe, I'm never going to be white. Ever. I'm never going to be white. And that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being white. But it's the truth. I am never going to be white. It's something that we all have to accept. Not everybody's going to be white. And not all white people are blessed either. There are poor people that are white, there are poor people that are black, there are poor people that are Asian. And that's something that we all have to accept. And there are people who are well off that are black, and rich that are white, and well off that are Asian. Now, you want to know why I said that? Because there are some rich Asians, but they're not in America, they're in Asia. Alright? So when you think about like the Chinese millionaires that have millions of dollars versus the rest of the Chinese populace that don't have millions of dollars, that aren't like money, like basic Asian royalty versus regular Asian people, you know, you're not going to know it if you don't see them. And if you have seen Crazy Rich Asians, you know, there you go. But that's the thing you have to understand. There is wealth in all cultures. And there is poor and famine and well-off people in all cultures. I fall into the poor community. I don't fall into the well-off community. But you guys are going to make that happen. Anyway, here's the thing. I dug deep into that because it needed to be explored. I wish I didn't delete those videos, but literally in the 5th video, I literally went the hell off. I like literally had all I could take from all the background noise, and I just reached fuck it, and I just started going off. and I went off and off and off, and I just kept going off, and I couldn't stop my anger, which actually forced me to literally say I quit. And I did. I quit for a whole day and a half. I just quit. So yesterday was the day I restarted doing stuff. That's why there's so many videos now, because I went on a tangent last night with singing in those outfits and all kinds of other stuff. And I went into things that were important, and I deleted them because I was angry, and I didn't want you to see that side of me, because, as I like to tell people, the hardest part of being me is keeping my hands to myself. You have no idea how hard it is to keep the fight out of the fighter, alright? Because you can take the fighter out of the fight, but you can't take the fight out of the fighter. Or as they said it in the black neighborhood, you can take the boy out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the boy. That ain't always the truth, but it's pretty close to the truth. Now, there are things that, just outrightly is disrespectful and needs to be handled, and sometimes a belt is the solution, and sometimes an ass whipping with these things are the solution. It just depends on the situation. When it's a child, spanking. When it's an adult, a knuckle massage. But in all honesty, if I could punch every racist in the face, eventually it would wind up to me punching myself in the face, because I did talk about how I am racist to racist people. I talked about how people are your friends, and you would never know if your friend was a racist until you showed up at a place to go against racism and you spot your friend on the other side of the line. Trust me, this shit does happen. I left a party last night in Facebook. I left a group because they were talking about Biden and they were talking about Trump. And I specifically said, let's leave politics out the groups, because politics ruin friendships. I said, matter of fact, I'm going to leave the group until you guys stop talking about this shit. Because one guy was talking about Trump. And I mean, he was all Trump, supporting Trump. The other guy was talking about all the bad things that Trump did. And though I agree with the guy, I don't know him from Adam and Eve. But the guy who's a Trump supporter, we're kind of friends. And I still love the guy. He'll still be my friend, but I worry about his ideology and where I fall in on that, because being mixed, he doesn't understand that I can relate to both sides. But I can never support someone who's a straight fucking racist. And this is why I said, you won't know if your friends are racist or have racist ideologies until you go to a place that supports those racist ideologies, and you're going to anti-protest, and there's your friend on the front line with a sign, no black people or no something, and you're like, dude, we talk on Facebook all the fucking time. We know what each other looks like because we drop pics all the time. So what, do you not see me as a black man? And I know that I don't have a lot of black features. I know I have a lot of Native American features. I've been called chief more than I've been called the N-word. And I've been called half-breed and mixed breed a whole lot in my entire lifetime. But growing up mixed, I know that there are some white people who are not racist, and there are some white people who are racist, and there are some white people who don't know if they're racist or not, but some of them agree with the racist ideology and the non-racist ideology at the same time. Now let me be devil's advocate. Some of those racist ideologies have made some valid points. However, that does not change the fact that they're fucking racist. Alright? So if you agree with some of the racist ideologies, but you're not a racist, where does that put you? And that's basically what the video was about. Because, like I said, you will never know if your friends are racist or gay until you find them somewhere that they're not supposed to be according to you. Alright? And the reason why I said that, because it's the truth. You have a better chance of your friend coming out being gay than being a racist. Alright? Honestly, truly to God. Because you can walk anywhere and he can pop right out of a gay bar and be like, hey, ain't that place a gay bar? Yeah, man, but it's not like that. It's not like that. Okay. And you got the option of taking his word for it or not. Now, around here, the straight people ran the gay people out of the gay bar. Not violently, but the gay bar was like the shit. It had the best drinks. The gay bar eventually wound up closing down because they couldn't get any gay customers to stay in there, because all of the straight people who had gay friends would come to the gay bar and just be there. I don't know why the gay bar closed down. You would think that the money was still good, but apparently it was all about the camaraderie of being gay. So I guess the gay bar said, "All right, fuck it, we're done. We're not gonna keep serving these straight guys." And in a way, that's kind of prejudiced. But you know, hey, if I'm making money at my bar and it's a gay bar for gay people, but I'm a straight man running a gay bar, I'm legit not gonna stop anybody from coming to my bar, especially if they're bringing in my money. You know, if I'm making mad money from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. and my bar is successful, with the exception of this COVID crap, guess what? I'm gonna keep you coming in. I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're straight, because your money's making my bar successful. It's supplying me with everything I need, etc., etc., and I'm going to dignifiedly deal with that. Dignifiedly deal with the stuff behind me. But, you know, in the long run, you know, gay, straight, if my bar is bringing in the revenue, I'm not going to put a members only sign up and make everybody have a members fee, because I think that's probably what blew them out of the water. Because not everybody got money for membership if they're spending all their money on your alcohol. So, but it is what it is. But I dug into that because the truth of the matter is, as well as you know people, you don't know people. Truth be told, as well as you know people, you don't know people. Because you could have a friend or a family member that's bringing in mad girls and ain't having sex with them. And this is what happened to me because I have some alternative lifestyle family members in the Alphabet Squad, and you couldn't prove it to me that they were gay. I seen the girls they were rocking with, that they were bringing home, all that shit. I didn't know that they were just having sleepovers with no sex involved. I wouldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't force myself to believe it because it just wasn't in the cards for me to believe that this person was gay. It just wasn't. There was no way in hell this person was gay. You could not tell me that person was gay, and I have 10,000 times asked them, yo, what is your fucking secret? Why do you keep having all these beautiful girls with you all the time? It's like, because you didn't have that much money. I mean, they had more money than I have, but you didn't have that much fucking money that these broads were hanging on your arms. And come find out, okay, he's gay. Damn. There's no secret. He's not having sex with them. He's gay. He doesn't want anything from them but knowledge on makeup and shit. I'm not knocking them for it. To each their own. You know, and I got nothing but respect for the LGBTQ. Fuck. They added another letter yesterday. I heard it. Now I don't remember what the hell it is. So, LGBTQ Alphabet Squad. If I ever refer to you as Alphabet Squad and you are offended, I'm sorry. But y'all keep adding letters, so you're the Alphabet Squad. Don't take that shit the wrong way. It's nothing personal. It's just easier for me to call you the Alphabet Squad than to try to go through what I just went through with LGBTQ+. So yeah, if I just call you the Alphabet Squad, it's a whole lot easier than me being a dick and trying to go LGBTQ++. Because they just added new shit. So, Alphabet Squad. Legally, that's what they should be calling themselves, the Alphabet Squad. Not relevant. Anyway, I made those videos because it was the truth, and like I said, it's 9 times out of 10, you're not going to find out your friend is a racist versus being gay. And it's more than likely, you'll probably find out more about them being gay than being a racist. And, you know, they could be gay racists. I don't fucking know. I don't deal with the Alphabet Squad like that. But I will tell you this, here's how this works. You can know somebody all your damn life and never know they're gay. You can know somebody all your damn life and not know they're fucking racist until an event like Charlottesville happens where you're on this side of the fence and they're on that side of the fence and your eyes meet. I know that guy. Which goes back to why I left the group in Facebook. I've left a lot of groups in Facebook because of politics. You know, and it wasn't because I hated the people. But, I mean, they started talking about Trump like he was Jesus. And I was like, no. I said, see, here's how this works. And I'm going to say this before I end this video because time is not on my side. And I will be making a part 3 because I got 4 minutes to class. So here's how this works. Let me see if I can word this right. Alright. If you're a Trump supporter, I have nothing personally against you. I have something personal against your moral compass because you've seen the shit that he says. you've watched the shit that he says. And if you're not watching, then you're traveling like this. You have shutters on and your ears are plugged up. But anytime someone comes out their mouth in a racial manner, it's a racist statement, and you can't get it done. Long story short, I will make a third video about this, but I will start off with the racist stuff because you won't know if your friend is a racist or gay until they show up. But before I do that, I did also touch on the video of the Asian racist and the black rapper in Arizona. So I touched on that also. And I also touched on the fact that there are racist people in every ethnicity on the planet. Which basically, since there's only three, Caucaloid, Negroloid, and Mongoloid. And I am the hybrid of the three. So I am human superion, like the X-Men. So, the thing is that you won't know someone's a racist until they show up at a racist rally against your race. And that's how that shit works. And you will never find that shit out until that happens. Alright, thanks for watching. Colorful Habit number 2. I gotta go to class, so be seeing you.